Your half face I can see.
Okay, okay. Is it now fine?
No, you make a bit upside down camera. थोड़ा सा ऊपर और लो आप अपने कैमरे को, आपका पूरा फेस नहीं दिख पा रहा है. यस, दैट्स बेटर.
Okay, okay, ma'am. Thank you so much.
So, Sarita ma'am, can we begin? Good afternoon.
Yes,
This
yes,
is
yes.
Dr. Sheetal. I think
Yes,
now we
ma'am.
can begin.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So, Pragati, like
Okay,
ma'am
ma'am.
is saying, थोड़ा सा backwards हो जाओ so that we can see you properly. Now it is better.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. A very good afternoon to one and all present here. Today, I, Pragati Chaudhary, on behalf of Geeta Ratan International Business School, welcome you all to the session of Impact Lecture Series on Atmanirbhar Bharat, Skill India, and entrepreneurial opportunities in India. Geeta Ratan International Business School was established in the year 2004. GIBS is affiliated to Guru Gobind Singh Indraprastha University, Delhi, and is approved by All India Council for Technical Education, Ministry of HRD, Government of India for Technical Programs, and Bar Council of India for Law Programs. GIBS is currently offering postgraduate programs which are MBA, MBA International Business, and undergraduate programs which are BBA LLB, BLLB, and BB. GIBS has been graded A by National Assessment and Accreditation Council in second cycle. It is an ISO 9001 2015 certified institute. GIBS has been rated A plus by State Fee Regulatory Committee, a fee committee of Government of NCT of Delhi, and rated highest grading A by Joint Inspection Committee of Government of NCT of Delhi and GGSIB University. GIBS has been rated grade A by Academic Audit Cell of GGSIB University consecutively from past 8 years. Also, GIBS has been rated 2 by Times B School Survey consecutively for last 3 years. Atmanirbhar Bharat, which translates to self-reliant India, is used by Prime Minister of India, Mr. Narendra Modi, and the Government of India in relation to the economic vision and development of the country. In this context, the term is used as an umbrella concept in the relation to make India a bigger and more important part of the global economy, pursuing policies that are efficient, competitive, and resilient, and being self-sustaining and self-generating. India is seen as the youngest country to lead the world in the 21st century. In 2020, India has 65% of the working population in the age group of 15 to 59 years, which is among one of the largest pool of the working population. Through this demographic dividend, India is expected to become skill capital of the world in the next decade. The Impact Lecture Series is an attempt by Ministry of Education IIC to proliferate the cause of entrepreneurship. GIBS IIC is proud recipient of Impact Lecture mandate. In the same pursuance, this webinar is organized on the theme of Atmanirbhar Bharat, Skill India, and entrepreneurship opportunities in India. The major objective of the webinar is to make students aware on the theme of Atmanirbhar Bharat and suitably motivate them for participation. Also, to create awareness on the opportunities for entrepreneurship in India. Our first speaker for the day is Dr. Sarita Kansal, Professor in charge Medicap's Innovation and Incubation Center at Medicap's University. Ma'am holds a PhD degree in Biomedical Signal Processing from Devi Ahilya University, Indore, ME in Telecom Technologies from SGSITS Indore, and Bachelor's in Electronics and Telecommunication. Ma'am has more than 18 years of experience and passion in academics. She taught many courses like digital signal processing, analog and digital communication, data communication, voice communication, machine learning, and many more. Dr. Kansal has 2 years of experience in innovation, incubation, and entrepreneurship. She has conducted many events, including international conferences. She has published more than 18 research papers on various conferences and journals. Ma'am has 3 patents on her credit. She is currently working on innovation management and design thinking. She accepts new challenges with regular update with respect to upcoming new technologies and business models. Ma'am is helping the coming generation and motivate them for innovation and startups. She has attended many webinars, FDPs, expert talks based on innovation and entrepreneurship. Nevertheless, she is the president of Institutes of Innovation Council in Medicaps University and appointed as an innovation ambassador by MOE's Innovation Cell. We welcome you, ma'am, and we are honored to have you with us. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so very much, Pragati, for giving such a nice introduction. So, sabhi ko mera namaste. And should I begin now? I can share my screen.
Yes, ma'am, sure. You may proceed.
Just as a ritual, is it visible?
Yes, ma'am, it is visible.
Okay, thank you so very much. So today we are here to understand this Atmanirbhar Bharat and Skill India. First of all, to start my session, I would like to ask you one question. How we have got the independence? Can anybody will answer me? How?
With the belief that we can do something on our own.
Is it an effort of only a single person or a group of person only? I think
maybe,
everybody will answer.
Yes.
It will be a combined effort of the whole country, whole nation. When each and every people, whether he is a 2-year-old kid or a 70-year-old person, everybody have put their effort in some or the other way, directly or indirectly, to get the independence. And then only we have got the independence in the year 1947. And that we have come to the covered the journey of 75 years. And do we think that whatever we have done so far, is it sufficient to uplift our country? Is it sufficient to say that we are living in the developed country? You ask yourself. I will keep my lecture mixed in Hindi and English so that it will be comfortable for you all also to understand the things better. So, if we talk about this Atmanirbhar Bharat, even the government is taking so many initiatives. If we talk about the central government, we talk about the state government, they are taking the many initiatives, but we cannot fulfill this until and unless each and every person of this nation will put their efforts in their own way. Otherwise, this vision cannot be fulfilled in the coming time. So can anyone tell me when this Atmanirbhar Bharat has started and what forced us to start with Atmanirbhar Bharat? What was the situation? Why it has started? What ignited our Prime Minister to go with the Atmanirbhar Bharat? Anybody would like to comment on it? कि ये कैसे शुरू हुआ, क्या ऐसा इग्नाइटेड पॉइंट था जिसकी वजह से हमें आत्मनिर्भर भारत की बात करनी पड़ी? Anyone would like to answer? Yes. When it started, when this vision has started, कहते हैं ना, कोरोना ने हमें बहुत कुछ सिखाया है, एंड दिस आत्मनिर्भर भारत ऑल्सो ओरिजिनेटेड बिकॉज ऑफ द कोरोना. I can say that. What happened when in the other countries the corona was in the peak in the year 2020, then we have started, our country started affected with the corona. And in the China, the many industries were closing off because of the corona, and the industries are not producing properly. And because of that effect we can feel in India as well. Many industry in the India, they are getting their raw materials from the China. If I will talk about the pharmaceutical company, electronics company, automobile industry, according to the news report of India, before the pandemic, certain industries were more and more dependent on China's import and were under service risk. If we will talk about the pharmaceutical sector, approximately 70% of the active pharmaceutical ingredients required for the industry we imported from the China. In automobile industry, we talk about then 10 to 30% of the raw materials were imported from the China. And not only these sectors, rather the MSME sectors, the micro, small and medium enterprises, they were also dependent on the China's raw material. And because of the effect in the China, India industry is affected a lot, and that ignited that why we are dependent on other countries, why we cannot be self-reliant. And that is the ignited point for our Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji. And on 12th May 2020, Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji announced a special comprehensive economic package to fight the COVID-19 pandemic in India. And it gives a clarion call for Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan. And that is the self-reliant India movement. Now, when we talk about the self-reliant India movement, it does not mean that we want to treat ourselves as an individual. We are in the part of the world and we want to be the part of the world. We are ready to help the other countries, but we want that our India should be self-reliant. It does not aim to the practicalist in nature. As a finance minister, does not mean that cutting off from the other world. The law and IT minister, Shri Shankar Prasad ji, said that self-reliance does not mean isolating from the planet of Earth. So we are the part of the world, but we don't want to depend on others' country in such a way that our economy is going to affect. You can imagine that it's so many industries, they are dependent on the raw material to the other country that we cannot survive. And what we have to do for that then? The self-reliant Indian mission point towards chopping down import reliance by focusing on replacement, by improving well-being consistency and quality merchandise to increase worldwide piece of the pie. It neither means any exclusionary or non-interventionist methodologies. However, it includes formation of some assistance of the whole world. So we want that our mission should be Make in India initiative. We don't want to rely a lot to the other countries, right? So in this perspective, many initiatives is taken by our Atmanirbhar Bharat in the country. If we talk about the Indian personal protective equipment sector, which is zero on the March 2020. We are started producing 150,000 pieces a day by beginning of May. And it is the fine example of a self-reliant India. The largest fund in the country worth of rupees 21,000 crore was set up by the IIT Alumni Council with the aim of
Sarita ma'am, sorry
Yes,
sorry to
yes.
come in between. Are you moving the slides, because otherwise
Yeah,
we are
no,
still
no, not right now,
okay.
not right now.
Okay, okay, okay.
Okay. So the largest fund in the country, which is collected by the alumni of the IITs. This is another initiative taken by the IITs towards Atmanirbhar Bharat. And if I will take another example, that India's own Made in India 5G network, which is announced in July 2020 by Reliance Jio. The Defense Minister, Rajnath Singh, announced that now we are ready for a big push to Atmanirbhar Bharat, initiated by imposing an import embargo on 101 items. And many people in India, they are taking the initiatives in the different ways, and we can say it has been called by some as a repackaged version of the Make in India movement, using new taglines such as vocal for local. Movement using other opposition members spoke about this is like politics and build companies. So the creation to make India self-reliant, the sale for steel production, IITs for domestic engineers, AIMS for medical science, DRDO for defense research, and HAL for aviation, ISRO for space, CCL, NTPC, GAIL in some area of energy. They are starting their taken many initiatives to start and to have this movement, this vision of Atmanirbhar Bharat. So if we will talk about the Atmanirbhar Bharat in more detail, then, or to understand in a better way, what is the roadmap ahead? There is a 5 pillars defined for this Atmanirbhar Bharat. And those 5 pillars is your economy, infrastructure, system, vibrant demography, and the demand. When we talk about the economy, we don't want the incremental change in it. We don't want to move slow. We have to take the quantum jump. We have to take the big jump so that we can walk with the world. We can stand by with the side by of the developed country. When we talk about the system should be technology driven. जब हम टेक्नोलॉजी की बात करते हैं, we talk about machine learning, we talk about IoT, but when we see into the business, when we see into the entrepreneurship, we see there is a large gap between the technology and the business that we need to fill. The system, the business should be technology driven. The demand, full utilization of the power of demand and supply, it should be properly planned, it should be properly processed. If we talk about the infrastructure, हम अभी तक किस तरह के infrastructure में जी रहे थे? Might have heard about the Central Vista. The construction work has started. Do you know the history about it? How the different people they were living in which type of atmosphere? Have you seen the offices of them? And for all these works, the package of rupees 20 lakh crores is released, which is about 10% of the GDP. It focuses on land, labor, liquidity, and laws. And if we want to see our country, India, as a developed country, then remember, each and every person, irrespective of in which area, in which field, and in which profession we belong to, we have to have developed. And my dear students, my dear participants, I would like to say all things begin with a small process, that is the thinking, that is the thought process. What do we want to see ourselves in coming 5 years or 10 years down the line? That start with our small thought, small thinking process. हम जैसा सोचते हैं हम वैसा बनते हैं. तो what are we a responsible citizen? Are we really want to do something for our country? From our childhood till now, what we are doing? We are just using the resources which are created by some or the other ways. We have not contributed in it. You can just cross-verify within yourself that since morning till the sleep at night, whatever resources, whatever things, whatever facilities you are using it, what's your contribution in it? And after completion of my education, after completion of the degree, or in whatever post we are working, are we giving the justification in that way? Are we justifying it? My dear students, that time has gone when we are only want to get the degree and getting the job. Now the things are changing. You have to think beyond the degree, beyond getting the marks. Then only you can survive in the market. You can fulfill your dream. Otherwise, it will be really very difficult. Once you will get the degree, then what you will do after that? So, coming to the next part, apart from the 5 pillars, the whole scheme of Atmanirbhar Bharat is divided into the 5 trenches. 5 trenches, when we talk about, then these are the, or we can say the 5 different phases. Because we are living in the India, who is a very diversified country where all kind of people, the many religious people, there are a variety of people are living in the country. And when we want to make your country as a developed country, we have to take care of all the sectors, all the parts of the country. So this whole Atmanirbhar Bharat scheme is divided into the 5 phases, and the first phase which comes is your business, including MSMEs. I hope you all understand the MSMEs, micro, small, medium enterprises. Remember, in one day or in one night, we cannot be successful. Consistently, the effort will be required to become a successful man or a woman. So, and it starts with a small step. So one thing should be very clear in your mind, that what you exactly want to do. What is your mission and vision of your life? Are we focusing on our mission and vision? Is it matching with the country's mission and vision? We come here, we take a birth from our childhood, we go to the old age. Like if I will talk the average age of 60 and 70 years, then are we really giving something to the society, or just we are taking the things from the society? And the resources we are consuming, how much we are contributing in it? Are we developed our thinking? Can we say that we are the responsible citizen of the India? And if we want to be known as a developed country, then economy is playing an important role. And economy can be grow only by having to take care of the business, which includes MSMEs. Why we always want to do a job? Why we always want a job seeker? Why do we don't want to be a job creator? क्यों हम 10 लोगों को जॉब देने वाली कंडीशंस में अपने आप को क्यों नहीं देखना चाहते? If we will talk about this phase 1, the government of India have initiated with the many schemes they have come up. Like if I will talk about the Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan package, which released 1.7 lakh crore under Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Yojana for the poor to help them fight the battle against coronavirus. Under this phase, it also released the scheme enhanced the overdraft duration limits, issued all the pending income tax refund up to 5 lakh, immediately benefiting around 14 lakh taxpayers, implemented special refund, drawback disposable drives, and all pending refunds and drawback claims. Under this phase, the government has sanctioned rupees 50,000 crores for emergency health response package. It provides relaxation in the statutory and compliances matters. Rupees 3 lakh crores will be sanctioned for automatic loans for business. Rupees 20,000 crores subordinates debt for stressed MSME. And there are many more. You can explore on online as well. If I will start reading all this, you will feel what madam is saying. So government is giving so much of benefits. So what is next is our turn. Government is doing their duty. Now is our turn that how we are taking the initiatives. Because government alone cannot do the things. We all have to come together to join this vision of Prime Minister. Then only we will be called as a developed country. So this is about your phase 1 of business including MSME. If we will talk about the next, which is poor including migrants and farmers. We are called as a poor country. Are you agree with this? क्यों ऐसा? Because a large percentage of our population is living below the poverty line. There is a lot many unemployment. So government, you all are, I hope you all are very much aware of keeping yourself updated, reading the newspaper on a daily basis, watching the news, and updating yourself that how much steps the government is taking. So in this phase, during the corona, they have relieved the fund, providing the food to the poor people, direct support to farmers and rural economy provided post-COVID, liquidity supports to farmers and rural economy, support for migrant and urban poor during last 2 months, free food grains supply for migrants for 2 months, right? Then there is a scheme of one nation, one ration card. Irrespective of in which state you are going, your one ration card will be applicable everywhere. Affordable rental house complexes. Rupees 1,500 crore interest subventions for Mudra Shishu loan. Rupees 5,000 crore special credit facility for street vendors, and many more. Now moving ahead with the next phase, that is phase 3 of agriculture. We know that and we have to take lot many steps to improve the agriculture sector in our country. If we will not improve that, then we cannot be a part of the developed country, I would say, because most of the citizen of India who is living or dependent on the agriculture. So government is taking many initiatives in this direction also. Like if I will talk about the schemes under the agriculture, then approximately 1 lakh crore agri infrastructure fund for farm gate infrastructure for farmers, rupees 10,000 crore schemes for formalization of micro food enterprises, rupees 20,000 crore for fishermen through Pradhan Mantri Matsya Sampada Yojana, Animal Husbandry Infrastructure Development Fund of rupees 15,000 crore, beekeeping initiatives of rupees 500 crores, and many more, like agriculture produce price and quality assurance as well. So again, I'm repeating the same thing. that we all have to come forward, take the initiatives. Then only these schemes will be benefited to the people. Next phase in this is a new horizons of growth. When we talk about the new horizons of the growth, then it deals with the efficient airspace management for civil aviation. The reduction in flying cost, rupees approximately 1,000 crores. FDI limits in the defense manufacturing under automatic route will be raised from 49% to 75%. More world-class airports through PP, public, private, and partnership. And India to become a global hub for aircraft maintenance, repair, and overhaul. So, under every phase of the government is releasing many funds and the scheme. The last phase under this is a government reforms and enabler. Reforming governance for ease of doing business, technology-driven system, online education during COVID, ease of doing business for the corporates. So these are the 5 phases of the government in which the government is taking initiatives. And when we talk about the Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan, then it has released the packages in the version 1.0, 2.0 and 3.0. If we will try to understand this Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan and the packages, the Union Minister of Finance and Corporate Affairs, Srimati Nirmala Sitharaman, she presented the details of Atmanirbhar Bharat package 1.0 and in series in the press conference from 13th to 17th May 2020. And under this Abhiyan 1.0, she said that there are some key points of that package is one nation, one ration card, as I have already told you. PM Street Vendors Atmanirbhar Nidhi Yojana. Then it has released many fund under this Abhiyan, which is related to phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4 and phase 5 of Atmanirbhar Bharat. Because those yojanas and those schemes, it is related to these packages. They have released the funds and they are trying their best that the appropriate persons, the needy persons will get the advantages of it. As I told you, like there is a Pradhan Mantri Matsya Sampada Yojana, which comes under your phase 3, which is under agriculture, then credit boost to 2.5 crores farmers through Kisan credit card. And under this, there is a NABARD. You all might be knowing the NABARD who provide the funds. So with the help of the NABARD, rupees 30,000 crore additional emergency working capital funding for farmers. So government is taking many initiatives, especially for farmers. They are realizing that if every farmer will grow, then definitely the city will grow or the country will grow automatically. Then under Atmanirbhar Bharat 2.0, the announcement were made on 12th October. In that, there is a festival launched, advanced launch SBI Utsav card being distributed. Then leave travel concession, which is LTC, gas voucher schemes. Then special assistance to the states, the central government will release a special interest-free 50 years loan to states of rupees 12,000 crore capital expenditure. And 11 states have been sanctioned rupees 3,621 crores as interest-free loan towards capital expenditure. Under the package of 3.0, the government of India have started the scheme named Atmanirbhar Bharat Rozgar Yojana. Then second phase in this is eligibility criteria for establishment and subsidy support from the central government. So government is taking initiatives and lot many efforts, and not they are giving the details of each and every money where they are going from one end to another end online with the help of the website, Government of India website. You can see it very well that how this transfer or transaction, and in every package, how they are dealing, it all is mentioned there. So moving ahead, we talk about the Atmanirbhar Bharat, self-reliant India. So how we can achieve this vision, and what are the challenges which comes to fulfill this vision? We will try to understand that. The CEO of Niti Aayog, he said very rightly, make India self-reliant by creating an ecosystem that will allow Indian companies to be highly competitive on the global stage. Here it is very much to mark these words, that highly competitive on the global stage. I would like to quote one statement here, and we should act accordingly, that we should think globally and we should act locally. Then only we can achieve that. We should not have the competition within ourselves. We should have the competition in the international level. But we should start with the nation level. We should start with the local level. Type of ecosystem. And while creating the ecosystem, and what is the key element in that? The key element is to need to create an ecosystem. And when we want to
Sarita ma'am,
yes.
sorry to intervene again. We are still on the first slide. Are you changing the
Is
slides
it?
or not?
Yes, I'm changing.
No,
Oh
I've
my God.
requested you earlier as well.
Oh, so sorry. So sorry. Let me go for the sharing again. Ma'am, can you please?
Yes, Abhi, the slides have not started to show up, ma'am. Yeah.
Is it
Yes,
visible?
ma'am, we can see. Yes, ma'am, now it is visible.
Let me confirm once. I'm changing. Change. Can you see the changes?
No, ma'am, it is not in the F5 phone. Now it is, yes. Yes.
Can you see the changes?
Yes, we can see the changes now.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I thought that it is the slide is moving. At that time, I was in the first slide, but then I started rolling to the next slides.
Oh, no, not an issue, ma'am. Okay.
Okay, so I just quick show you the slides. These are the 5 pillars which I was talking about: the economy, infrastructure, system, demography, and the demand. Then the 5 trenches, the 5 phases of this Atmanirbhar Bharat. In these 5 phases, it includes the business, including MSME, then poor, migrated, farmers, then the agriculture phase, then the other one is new horizons of the growth. I hope you all can relate it. Then I talked about the packages which is released by the government of India under Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan. The first package it released was 1.0 under that, and the second package release is 2.0, and the third package is 3.0. And then I was talking about the statement of Amitabh Kant, who is a CEO of Niti Aayog, said. Can you see this slide?
Yes, ma'am, it
Now-
is visible. Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, thank you so very much, ma'am. So Amitabh Kant, he recently in 2020 given this statement that to make India self-reliant, we have to create the ecosystem in the India. That will allow Indian companies to get highly competitive on the global stage. As I told you that we have to compete globally, and it's really a big challenge. We have to think globally and we need to act locally. Then only we can achieve this vision of Atmanirbhar Bharat. And as a first step, the government has come out with the performance linked incentive, which is called PLI schemes, for sectors that are extensively import dependent. This should help India to build supply chain within the country for products that are critical in the future. Electronics products, including mobile phones, active ingredients for pharmaceutical sectors, and so on. And here, this PLI scheme is a good start, no doubt in it, but creating the necessary ecosystem for India, we have to include to dominate the world. It does not mean just plugging the gaps in supply chain. We have to think beyond that as well. This is where a better understanding of what Atmanirbhar Bharat means will help. Indian companies are weighed down by multiple factors, but put them in a clear disadvantages. क्या हम अभी जिस कंडीशन में हैं, हम उस कंडीशन में are we ready to give the competition worldwide? We have lot many challenges in front of us. What are those challenges? We will try to understand one by one. First is the manufacturing cost. Can anyone tell me why the China market or the China products were so popular in the India? क्यों ऐसा हुआ? Anyone can answer me? Anyone would like to interact?
Pragati, would you like to answer here?
Yes, ma'am. Why? Because we really believe that they are at very low cost, low
At
price.
a
We
very
can
low
purchase.
cost, right? And how
Yes,
they are managing, even if they are importing those products from the China and selling it here in the local market, then also we are getting at a very reasonable cost or very low cost. It means they are manufacturing in a very low price and still they are earning. So in India, we are not in a position exactly to produce a low cost production. or we have a low cost products. It may be cheaper than the developed economies, but other countries are fare better. If I will take the example of power cost. In India, we have to give 11 cent a unit compared to 8 cent in Vietnam and 9 cent in China. If I will talk about the labor cost, the people says that the labor cost is low in India. It is, but in what sense have we ever thought of it? We cannot have the labor, or we can say we don't have the skilled labor. We don't have the labor who will help in the production. So we are lacking in the labor, trained labor. If I will try to compare with the other countries, we fall below China, Brazil, and South Korea. When it comes to the skill set, we ranked 107 in the Global Competitiveness Index compared to China, who is in the 64th rank, and South Africa, who is 27th rank, and the Brazil and Vietnam is in 96 and 93 rank respectively. So Indian companies are forced to spend more on training, more on skilling. And you might be knowing that many of the companies are coming forward under this mission. You might be knowing the company Bosch, who under the CSR activity, they are running their course with the name of Skill India. And they have tied up with the mini institute under this to provide the skill to train the people. Next challenge comes is a logistic cost. What do you understand by the word logistic? लॉजिस्टिक से क्या समझते हैं? Yes? Logistic, it means only transportation cost. But my dear participants, it's not only the transportation cost, it contains more than that. If we will talk about the advanced economy, it includes planning, it includes procurement, it includes warehousing on account of very high level of outsourcing. India's logistic cost is at least 3 times compared to the developed country. हम logistic cost में भी बहुत महंगे हैं. If we will talk about the compliances cost, Indian company suffers from high regulatory and other compliances cost. Even though the government of India has been working to reduce it through digitalization, but it remains high and put them at a disadvantage in the world stage. If we will talk about investment in research and development, so the total investment in R&D and innovation has been declined over the years. If we will talk about the year 2008, it was 0.84% of GDP in 2008, and in 2018 it was 0.6%. Bulk of R&D spending happens in the defense and the space sectors. And in the private sector, it is in automobile and pharmaceutical industry. But here, too much of catching is there. We need to invest in the cutting edge technologies, which is clearly missing. And another challenge, we have the high interest rate. The companies, when they take the loan, they have to pay the interest rate, which is very high. If we will compare with the other countries like US, Japan, we are paying the interest which is high. Then trade policies. Countries like Bangladesh and Vietnam are signing trade deals to become more competitive and attract investments. और अगर हम इंडिया की बात करें तो we are coming to in a better condition, but अगर हम अभी तक की situation में देखें तो the India UE free trade agreement after 16 round of talks is stuck in a log jam for 7 years. Comprehensive Economic Cooperation Agreement with Australia is going nowhere after 9 round of talk. So we can think of हम कहाँ जा रहे हैं. These are the really challenging factors towards our Atmanirbhar Bharat, and these issues have no easy solutions. The youth of the country has to come forward to find out the solution that how we can overcome these challenges. The government is taking the initiatives by subsidizing the power. We have to focus more on skilling and reskilling, need a renewed focus. The government should encourage and incentives outsourcing to reduce logistic cost. So we have to come up with the many solutions to tackle these type of issues. India will not be competitive in the global stage if we will not find out the solution of this. And one of the focus area where we have to work is the skill development. Do you know the meaning of the word skill in Hindi? What we say the Hindi word of skill?
Ma'am, is it kala?
Yes. Kala is basically art. Skill is hunar. Skill development, it means what is hunar we have, what we can do, what is the beauty of my capability and caliber. We as a human being, from our childhood, we are learning some or the other things. Are we specialized in something? Are we putting our efforts to develop some skill within us? If I will ask any one of the participants here that what is your specialization, what you can do, what is your within yourself. You don't have to justify anybody. You don't have to explain anybody. Now is a time to work within ourselves, within oneself. कि हम क्या कर रहे हैं? What is my capability? What is my skill? Why any company will give me the job? What I am having which no other is having? How I am keeping myself different from the others. Now is a time to think about that. Most of the time we indulge ourselves in completing our degrees, getting the good marks. और अगर हम अपने daily routines की बात करें तो what we are doing? हमारे पास आजकल बहुत सारे सोशल मीडिया प्लेटफॉर्म्स हैं जहां हम अपना थोड़ा सा समय निकालते हैं. We are gossiping with our friends. We enjoy the parties. But are we thinking about in this area? Are we be called, do you like to be called as a responsible citizen of the India? What responsibility we are taking on our shoulder? How much justice you are giving to your degree? That we really need to think of. Why this unemployment is increasing day by day? Because we are taking the degree is awarded by the institutes, but are we just ask these questions within yourself? Are we just really justifying that degree? I have completed my MBA. Do I really feel that I am really should be honored by that degree? Or during my academics, how I have developed my skill? Most of the time it depends on the others कि मेरा काम कोई और करके देगा. This skill development, the learning, it should be lifelong because the things are changing. Whatever things was present 10 years down the line is not now. Whatever is in the present is not going to be in the future. The things are changing very fast. Are we preparing yourself to join that race? So skill development is the backbone of the Atmanirbhar Bharat. If we will be having the skill, obviously we will be employed. अगर मेरे हाथ में हुनर है, अगर मुझे चीजें आती हैं, तो I can start my own startup. I can develop my own idea. With the help of that idea, I can start my startup. So, अगर मैं स्टैटिस्टिक्स की बात करूं तो इंडिया बहुत पीछे है अभी. एंड हमारे ऊपर बहुत जिम्मेदारी है इस बात की और इसको समझने की बहुत जरूरत है हम सभी को. We Indian is called that we are the second most populated country in the India, second largest population we have of 130 crores, right? So people say it's a threat for us. Why we are not converting this threat into the opportunity? Just imagine this 130 crore of people, if each one of us will take a small steps, tiny steps, then on the daily basis, there is a, India will grow with 130 crore of steps. No one can stop us to be considered as a developed country, and very soon we will achieve this vision of Atmanirbhar Bharat. So for that, we all should join hand together and we should move forward so that we can have this vision of Atmanirbhar Bharat. So if I just want to quote data in front of you, that India has 4% formally trained vocational workers, whereas Korea has 96% of vocationally trained workforce. तो सबसे बड़ा चैलेंज हमारे सामने अभी यही है कि वी आर नॉट ट्रेन्ड, वी आर नॉट स्किल्ड. एंड जरूरी नहीं है कि आपने जो आज स्किल सीख ली है वो स्किल आपके 10 साल बाद भी काम आएगी. So we need to update ourselves. We have to have the reskilling, updating the skilling, and we should have the skilling. We have to ask ourselves, are we prepared for the jobs of tomorrow? क्या कर रहे हैं हम? We need to think of. In the skill development, Government of India has taken again many initiatives. These are the few schemes which are written on the slide. You can read or you can see very well that different ministries formed with the name Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship with the name MSD, and National Skill Development Corporation India. There are many yojanas, schemes are running by the central government. The Pradhan Mantri Kushal Vikas Yojana, Pradhan Deen Dayal Upadhyay Gramin Kushal Yojana, National Rural Livelihood Mission, Sector Skills Council, then the new one which is Sankalp, and the full form is Skills Acquisition and Knowledge Awareness for Livelihood Promotion, launched by MSD. But गवर्नमेंट अपना काम कर रही है, हमको भी अपना काम करना बहुत जरूरी है. Otherwise we cannot be developed. And skilling is a lifelong process. Skill upgradation and reskilling are the fundamental components of the skilling cycle, and we seek to create synergy between these two. जब तक हम अपने आप को स्किल्ड नहीं बनाएंगे, जब तक हम जॉब क्रिएटर्स नहीं बनेंगे, तब तक हमारी इकोनॉमी कैसे ग्रो होगी? See here in this picture also, the government is opening the many units, and they are providing the training as well to the different people, so that they will have the skill to do something. And skill and the knowledge are the driving force for economic growth and social development for the country. तो हमको इस बात को समझने की बहुत जरूरत है. Then another mission under the skill development is the National Skill Development Mission, and the objective is to drive quantity, quality and reach of training provision and the outcomes. हम डिग्री तो ले लेते हैं, हमने MBA कर लिया, we are specialized in research, we have become engineer, we have taken the PhD degree. क्या सचमुच हम इंजीनियर बन सकें? क्या सचमुच हमने MBA की डिग्री लेकर के we are justifying our degree? Do we have the skill to solve the problems? Do we have the skills to create the jobs? ये बहुत सारे सवाल हैं जो हमारे मन में खड़े हो गए हैं, एंड उन सवालों का जवाब हमें ही ढूंढना है. जैसा कि मैंने अपने प्रेजेंटेशन की शुरुआत की थी, टू गेट द फ्रीडम, टू गेट द इंडिपेंडेंसी, द होल नेशन केम टुगेदर टू फाइट अगेंस्ट ब्रिटिश, एंड वी गॉट द फ्रीडम. तो आज वापस से वो जरूरत आ गई है कि we all should come together, we all should take the responsibility so that we can be called as a developed country. ये तभी हो पाएगा जब हम सब लोग एक साथ मिलकर के एक मिशन, एक विजन के लिए फोकस रहेंगे। एंड during this process, we should realize that we all are mature. After 18 years, government also give us a permission to vote. It means it is expected that our behavior should be mature. We should behave like a responsible citizen of the India, right? हम ये एक्सपेक्ट कर सकते हैं हम सब से कि हमारा जो बिहेवियर है वो एक समझदार और मैच्योर ह्यूमन बीइंग की तरह होना चाहिए। तो while taking the steps, we should be dutiful citizen of the country and at all times uphold the constitution and laws. हमको पता होना चाहिए कि क्या नियम कानून होते हैं और उनको तोड़ने की कोशिश नहीं करनी चाहिए। आप लोग इस बात को बहुत अच्छे से समझते हैं कि जब भी ये कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन एंड लॉ को कोई ब्रेक करने की कोशिश करता है उसकी वजह से पीपल सफर। तो ऑलवेज वी शुड गिव एग्जांपल ऑफ ड्यूटीफुल सिटीजन। We must exercise our rights, should not forget to undertake our responsibilities as responsible and respectful citizens. You should remember this line for always. ये हम सबके लिए बहुत जरूरी है। अगर हमारे अंदर ये फीलिंग नहीं आती है, अगर हम इस चीज को रियलाइज नहीं करते हैं, then how we can achieve the mission and vision. आज से पहले भी आप लोगों ने बहुत सारे लेक्चर्स सुने होंगे, आज के बाद भी सुनोगे। अगर ये लेक्चर का नाम इम्पैक्ट लेक्चर है और अगर उसका इम्पैक्ट आपको नहीं हुआ, इट मीन्स मेरा बोलना व्यर्थ है। Now is the time to prove ourselves that we are the dutiful citizen, we are the true citizen of India. And it is very important to keep brainstorming and thinking of innovation that can help our diverse country. हमेशा हमें एक सोच के साथ चलने की जरूरत नहीं है, बिकॉज सिचुएशन चेंज होती है, सिनारियो चेंज होता है। अगर आज से 20 साल, 15 साल, 10 साल पहले की बात करें तो हम लोग कीपैड वाला फोन यूज करते थे। नाउ वी आर यूजिंग द स्मार्टफोन, और उसमें भी हर मंथ और 2 मंथ्स के बाद नए वर्जन्स आ जाते हैं, विद न्यू फीचर्स आ जाते हैं। तो ये सब क्यों हो पा रहा है? इट इज बिकॉज ऑफ द इनोवेशन, because of the new ideas which are coming. So don't keep yourself static. You should be dynamic. Your thinking should be dynamic. Don't be robust and stubborn. You should behave. You should change. Your thought process should change. हम आज जो हैं वो हम एंड रिमेंबर, हम जैसा सोचते हैं हम वैसा ही बनते हैं। अगर हम छोटा सोचेंगे, इफ यू विल थिंक स्मॉल, अब वो हम छोटे से बन के रह जाएंगे। वी शुड थिंक बिग। और हमको ये हमारे दिमाग में होना चाहिए कि हम यहाँ आए हैं तो हमें जाना भी है। बिफोर गोइंग फ्रॉम दिस world, we have to prove ourselves that we are the true citizen of our country. वो वही पैट्रियटिज्म आज भी चाहिए जो हमें फ्रीडम के टाइम पे जरूरत थी। छोटा बच्चा भी झंडा लेके निकल जाता था कि हमारे देश से तुम बाहर जाओ। तो आज वापस से वही थॉट, वही फ्रीडम, वही चीज, वही फील हर इंडियन के अंदर आना जरूरी है। एंड ये तभी आ पाएगा जब हम अपने मेंटल फिटनेस का ध्यान रखेंगे फिजिकल फिटनेस के साथ। हम फिजिकल फिटनेस या मेंटल फिटनेस को इतना इम्पोर्टेंस नहीं देते हैं, बट दोज टू आर इक्वली प्लेइंग एन इम्पोर्टेंट रोल। जैसे हमारा सोना जरूरी है, हमारा खाना खाना जरूरी है, वैसे ही हमारे मेंटल फिटनेस और फिजिकल फिटनेस की आवश्यकता भी है। इट इज इक्वली इम्पोर्टेंट, यू कैन नॉट इग्नोर इट। The importance should be given to the process of biodiversity and agricultural prosperity. जब तक हम अपने कंट्री के एग्रीकल्चर को इम्प्रूव नहीं करेंगे, रिमेंबर हर छोटी सी छोटी चीज हमारी लाइफ में बहुत इंपॉर्टेंस रखती है। हम कितने ऑब्जर्वेंट हैं, हम कितने विजिलेंट हैं, हमारे थॉट प्रोसेस में क्या चल रहा है, इन सब चीजों को हमको बहुत माइन्यूटली ऑब्जर्व करना चाहिए। और अगर गलत थॉट प्रोसेस चल रहा है तो उसको सही करना बहुत जरूरी है। इफ वी चैनल all our shortcomings in the right path, then we can change into the prosperous country, and we will set an example of a well working and developed country in the world. और ये कोई एक अकेला नहीं कर सकता है, इसके लिए हम सबको साथ आना होगा, हम सबको साथ मिलकर काम करना होगा। देन ओनली वी कैन बी अ डेवलप्ड कंट्री। So these are the few references from where I have taken the data and my pictures which I have put in the slide. So that's all from my side. I hope I have got success in explaining what is Atmanirbhar Bharat, what is the skill development, and why it is important. It is compulsory now. There is no, I cannot say it is a optional. It is a compulsory for each one of us to have this within us. Otherwise, it will be really difficult for us. Yes, that's all from my side. If any questions, we can take.
So the students, like Pragati can make an announcement. The students who, if you want to raise a question, you can either put it in the chat section or raise your hand, then I'll unmute you.
Yes, so it's a request for all. If you really want to ask any question to ma'am, kindly raise your hand so that we can unmute you and you may be like asking questions to her. Do we have anybody who really want to ask questions?
Ma'am, somebody was named Tushar. He raised his hand. Then
Yes,
I guess.
Tushar Fogart, I want to request you, if you have any questions, please come forward.
So I think there is no question.
Yes, ma'am. So Lakshay, also you were raising hand. If you have any question, you can put forth. All right, Pragati then. Thank you, ma'am.
Sure. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for enlightening us with your words of wisdom and share so much of knowledge with us. It is commendable how you took us back to relate how from the milestone of achieving independence, it should be a consistent initiative and effort by Indian individuals so as to join hands to formulate strong and independent Indian industry to achieve great heights being self-sufficient. You made us learn that we should keep upgrading, upskilling, and keep learning. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to talk to you all.
Yes, just thank you so much, ma'am. Yes, thank you. प्रगति एक बार अपने ग्रुप में मैसेज डाल देना. The 1:30 class with me is supposed to be with this only. Now from 2 to
Yes,
2
ma'am.
onwards, the students would be here.
Yes, ma'am. I've already conveyed the same. They'll join.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am.